Let's reduce your double action trigger pull on your Kimber K6S revolver while maintaining reliability. What's up everybody, I'm Eli with TK Custom. The stock trigger pull on the Kimber K6S revolver from the factory comes right around 12 to 13 pounds. With our reduced spring kit, you can get your double action trigger pull down to 9 to 9.5 pounds while maintaining reliability. In this reduced spring kit, you'll receive a reduced mainspring, a reduced rebound spring, a reduced cylinder stop spring, as well as an extended firing pin and a extended firing pin spring. The tools you will need: torque screwdriver set, a rebound slide tool. If you do not have one, a screwdriver will work. A screwdriver, any one, doesn't matter, not too big. A flathead screwdriver, small, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a small pin punch. If you do not have a pin punch, a paper clip or an earring will work. First things first, make sure your revolver is unloaded. The first screw I will be removing is the crane screw. Go ahead and turn your revolver over, push the cylinder release, push the cylinder out. While holding the cylinder steady, go ahead and pull the crane directly out. Next, grip screw. Okay, before we take these last two side plate screws out, I do want to let you know this cylinder stop always wants to pop out. So as you take the side plate off, be careful. Unlike Smith & Wesson's, these side plates are very loose. You can go ahead and just pull these right out. Just be careful for that cylinder stop. Now, if your side plate does not just pull right off, go ahead and take the back of a plastic screwdriver and just give it a little knock and it'll come right off. Okay, go ahead and press all of your parts to the bottom of the frame. Pull your cylinder release bar back, which is right there. Now you will see a little hole in the bottom of the hammer stirrup right there. Go ahead and insert your punch into the hole. I would probably say about 200 thousandths, quarter of an inch. Now you just lift right up. Okay, go ahead and pull the cylinder release bar back, pull the trigger, and lift up. Next is the rebound slide. If you do not have a rebound slide tool, a screwdriver will work. Just be careful because you do not want to scratch the inside of your frame. I am going to put my thumb over the spring so I can captivate it, just like that. Set that aside. Go ahead and pull the hand out of the window and lift the trigger directly up. Before you take out the cylinder stop, go ahead and put your pointing finger over the spring and pull directly up on the cylinder stop, like that. The last thing we will be removing is the firing pin, and the firing pin is held in by this pin right here. Go ahead and take your needle nose pliers and lift directly up. Tip the gun upside down, and there's the firing pin and the firing pin spring. Go ahead and take the stock firing pin, the stock firing pin spring, set that aside. Take your cylinder stop and the cylinder stop spring, set the cylinder stop spring aside, rebound slide spring. Okay, now the main spring. Go ahead and put this triangle part flat on the mat, press down on the retainer cup, and pull the punch out. Okay, now the cylinder stop spring. Go ahead and put the spring and the cylinder stop on that front pin. Should look like that. Now depress that spring into the frame. Like that. Like that. Now that spring should be sitting parallel with the cylinder stop. You do not want the spring pointed down or up. It should be perfectly parallel like that. Next is the trigger. If you have grease, this is a good time to go ahead and grease the contact areas. I'll be greasing the trigger nose and the trigger face. Pull the hand back. and insert the trigger. Go ahead and push your cylinder stop back in and the trigger down. Take your reduced rebound spring and put it in the rebound slide. There is a little plunger on the back of the trigger, and there's an indentation on the rebound slide. That indentation goes on the rebound slide plunger. Look like that. Go ahead and take your screwdriver, and you want to depress the spring as you push down on the rebound slide, like that. Go ahead and push all your parts into the bottom of the frame. Pull the cylinder release bar back. Next is the firing pin. Go ahead and put your firing pin spring on the front of your firing pin. Insert it into the firing pin hole. And you will notice there is a cutout on the firing pin. Now that cutout points down towards the rebound slide. It's probably kind of hard to see, but it should look like that. I'm going to take my firing pin retainer, insert that, push the firing pin in, and push down on the pin. Give it a press check. Perfect. Go ahead and pull your cylinder release bar back, pull the trigger, and drop the hammer in, like that. Go ahead and take your hammer stirrup, put the spring on. Now this triangle piece is going to go against your workbench. Take your retainer cup and put that on top. Now I'm going to take my small punch or paper clip. I'm going to push down on the retainer cup and insert my small punch into the hole. Should look like that. Insert the stirrup into the indentation in the back of the frame and put it in the back of the hammer like that. Go ahead and push all your parts in one more time. Pull the cylinder release bar back. Pull the trigger. Now you will feel a lot of tension, but apply a little bit more pressure on the trigger and you can pull the punch directly out. Alrighty, now there is a hook on the top of this side plate. You insert that into the frame first. I'm going to install the back two side plate screws first. Time for the cylinder assembly. Go ahead and pull the yoke out just a little bit. Hold the cylinder over the frame. And as you hold the cylinder over the frame, go ahead and slide your crane into the frame. Insert the yoke screw. Go ahead and put the grips on. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's measure the double action trigger pull.